dearies! Welcome back! Have you ever seen a cute animal and wanted it as a pet? Well, be careful, because today we're talking about pets that ate their owners. And some of these pets are actually demons. Or maybe it's just a myth. So if you love dogs and cats, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn the bell on. Trust me, I'll protect you. I think most of you own dogs instead of cats, so you might really want to hear this horrifying incident of the dog that was basically buried inside a large tree a long time ago. Maybe like 60 years ago, but they found this dog pretty recently. So obviously, he's kinda like a mummy now. This is the Mummified Dog incident of 1960. Make sure to watch till the end and don't get scared.
This might be the saddest way a dog ever died. In 1980, a group of loggers in Georgia were cutting down a massive American chestnut oak tree when their chainsaws hit something unexpected. Wedged inside the hollow trunk about 28 feet off the ground was the perfectly preserved mummified remains of a dog, frozen in time. Experts believe the animal had been chasing a raccoon or squirrel sometime in the early 1960s, likely entering the tree through a hollow at the base.
How come no one noticed? So the dog was either wild or someone was a really bad owner.
But as it climbed higher, the tree narrowed and trapped the dog with no way out. The dry conditions inside the tree combined with the oak wood prevented decay. No bacteria, moisture, or scavengers could reach the body, resulting in a natural mummification. The loggers were so struck by the eerie sight that they chose not to destroy the trunk. Instead, the dog was left intact and placed on display in the Southern Forest Ward Museum in Georgia. The dog was then named Stucky, a mix of tragedy and humor, and to this day, he remains there. This is just awful, and I can't imagine what that dog was feeling in its final moments.
Stucky? They named the poor thing Stucky? Jeez, that is rude, rude, rude. What's a better name to give this poor dog, guys? Personally, I'd call him Timeless because he's one of the only dogs in the world that will last forever in a museum. You should always watch your pet when they're outside, because you never know where they might end up. They could end up in a tree, under a car, or maybe in outer space. Have you seen the movie John Wick? It's about a dude who loses his dog to a bunch of baddies, then goes on a rampage and takes them all out. Well, obviously it's not realistic because he's literally flying sometimes and deflecting bullets as if he's Gojo or something. However, this one man took revenge for his dog in the most brutal way ever. This is the John Wick from Temu incident. Make sure you won't cry when you watch this, okay? Or else I'll have to ask your parents to put you on the YouTube Kids app instead.
A teenager tortured my dog for fun, then threatened to do it again. My dog had gone missing for a few hours, and when I finally found him, he was standing outside another house in my neighborhood. He was covered in bruises, his eye was swollen shut, and blood was still dripping down his side. The teenager walked out and didn't apologize. He just told me to keep my dog on a leash, or he'd do it again. I rushed him to the vet, but he was too far gone. I had to put him down just to spare him the suffering. That dog was the only memory I had left of my late wife, Helen. So I called in a few favors and found out everything about this kid, his school, his job, his girlfriend.
Whoa, 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 what? This guy might be actually insane. He's doing too much.
He was enrolled at a Catholic private school, and when I told them what he did, they expelled him within the week. His girlfriend was vegan and an animal lover, so convincing her to break up with him was easy. I sprinkled in a few lies, and she destroyed his car for revenge. Then my friends and I posed as customers at his job and filed complaints until his manager fired him on the spot. His life was gone within days, and as he was walking home after getting fired, I ran him over with my truck.
Okay, well, I definitely wasn't expecting that. I kinda believed everything up until the car part because at that point, you're the real criminal. But assuming this is real, do you think that's a valid response to someone ending your pet? Let me know in the comments. Now, enough about dogs, let's talk about the second most popular pet in the world. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed spiders, then you're totally wrong and kinda weird. It's cats, obviously. Now, this one time long ago, some dude lost his adorable cat, but then he turned his cat into a drone. It's so creepy. Take a look.
His cat was hit by a car, and it didn't survive. But he couldn't bear the thought of burying it, so he kept the body in his freezer for months while he planned what to do with it. You see, he wanted to remember him in the best way possible. His cat loved chasing birds, and was named Orville after one of the inventors of the airplane. So to honor him, he skinned his body, preserved the hide, and stretched it tight over a custom plastic shell with propellers. He later did the exact same thing with an ostrich and a rat, effectively turning them all into drones.
I know this sounds crazy to the point where it's unbelievable, but watch this.
My own cat Orville got killed by a car. I decided to turn it into a drone as a tribute to his untimely death. I had no idea about remote control helicopters, anything.
My initial thought was, that's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy, and I didn't even know this was legal. It sounds like a crime. But then again, I'm such a goody two-shoes, I think putting milk before cereal is a crime against humanity. This guy kept doing it to a lot of different animals just for fun. I don't know, guys, he seems kind of scary. Make sure you don't fall asleep around him, or you might become a drone too. So that guy really loved his cats so much that he made it into a drone when it died, but some people hate cats. Do you know someone who hates cats? I know this one guy who thinks cats are terrible pets, and at first I was mad, but he brings some valid points, not gonna lie. Let's see why this dude hates cats.
Real talk, cats are terrible pets. If cats could talk, they wouldn't. We don't meet their standards. Have you ever seen a less social creature than a cat? You in high school, doesn't count.
Ouch, that's rude.
Have you seen the average cat owner? They've got more wrist wounds than 21 Pilots' entire fan base. And they're covered in so much hair, you'd think they're Chewbacca. Why does every cat act like they can destroy you at any moment? Bro, relax. If I don't watch where I'm walking, I could kill you accidentally.
Well, I don't like hair in my food. That's why I don't have pets, guys. My parents would hate all the fur on our couch and food and air. Yucky. But do you agree with this guy or not? Do you think dogs are better pets than cats? Let me know in the comments. Did you know people make their pets fight sometimes? No, not Pokemon, I'm talking about in real life, but also in Roblox. So Roblox has a game where you can adopt pets, but did you know they also have a game where you can unalive the pets like some psychopath? Who in the world would want to do that? Let's take a look at this evil Roblox game that makes kids cry. Will this make you cry?
This Roblox game will blow your mind. So the trailer came out and it's been super controversial. It's called Pet Fighters, and basically it's an open world roleplay pet game. Except you have weapons and you can actually unalive the pets. Yeah, you fight the pets with weapons, not joking. Some people are saying this shouldn't be allowed on Roblox, but other people are saying it's a video game. Who cares? What do you think?
So I tried it out real quick, and yeah, it's definitely debatable because as soon as you start the game, you craft a bat and start beating up puppies and kitties. But it's not as bad as it sounds. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That sounds horrible. Adorkable. What the heck are you talking about? I know, but is it really that different from other games? It reminds me of Pal World, and it's cartoony, so it doesn't feel serious. The game's on Roblox, so you can try it out for yourself. It's called Pet Fighters. Did I ever tell you that I used to own a goldfish? It was the first and only pet I ever had, and it was kind of boring, not gonna lie. It couldn't really do anything except swim around and look goofy, like every time I'd look in the bowl, I'd see a goofy face looking back at me. Well, sometimes it was just my reflection. But anyway, there's a scary pet that doesn't exist anymore called the Ranchu goldfish, because it was created by humans to be miserable. This story will shock you.
Did you know humans engineered an animal so beautifully perfect and so completely crippled that it was never meant to survive on its own? You see, the Ranchu goldfish may be the ideal house pet, but it's born into one of the most brutal, low-key, miserable, and broken lives any pet could have. Unlike other fish, the Ranchu isn't built to swim. No dorsal fin, no balance, just a round, compressed blob that wobbles through the water, burning energy just to stay upright. And it only gets worse. Its body is packed so tightly that its organs barely fit, paralyzing its swim bladder and destroying its digestion, leaving some floating helplessly at the surface and others stuck on the floor. Even seeing becomes difficult as flesh grows over its eyes, going totally blind for your extraordinary smile. Yet somehow, despite a body shaped by us and crippled on purpose, the Ranchu keeps drifting, alive, fragile, and enduring a life, in hopes to someday ask you out.
Well, I'm not sure if the last part is true, but Ranchu goldfish were basically bred to look super fancy. The problem is sometimes that makes it harder for them to swim or live normally. So it's kind of like we made a fish worse at being a fish just so it looks cool. I'm not really a fan of that because animals should feel good and be healthy, not struggle just so we can stare at them. And it's not just fish either. Some dogs are bred to look really cute or funny, but that can give them problems too. So, yeah, I think animals deserve to be comfy and happy, not just cool looking. That's all for today, dearies. If you have pets, please take care of them when they're outside. And if you don't have pets, what kind of pet do you want? Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below, and I'll catch you next time. Toodles.